Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy DMD. I just got off work a little while ago, and I wanted to show you guys a deck that I have not actually profiled on this channel before. True Draco. I have been playing this deck for a couple of months now, and this deck is, it's really fun. I like really helmet floodgate decks, so this was kind of an obvious choice for me to start playing, and I've had a lot of fun with it. I've topped a couple locals with it. It's not anything like super duper competitive, just because the meta right now is Thunder and stuff like that, so it's not the best deck right now just because Colossus is so oppressive, but it is really good in terms of how good it is at just like a local and regional level, just because it has the ability to lock out other decks that are not as top tier. I like to call Dracos like the tier 1.1 deck, because it kind of locks everything that isn't meta out from the game and can kind of keep up with the meta at the same time. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the profile. I hope you guys enjoy this. So first up, guys, for the monsters, we've got, of course, our one copy of Dynamite. Dynamite gets you your traps from the deck. He's obviously at 1 for a reason, because he's the most busted, although the OCG, granted they don't have Diagram, he just went to 2, so maybe Konami, if you don't mind bumping old Dino Boy up to 2, that would definitely be real appreciated. Let's focus in like a little bit right there. Then, of course, we've got the man who searches out all our spells. 3 copies of Ignis Heat. Gets you your continuous spells from the deck. And then, of course, we've got triple Maiden. Majesty Maiden, of course, it gets you your monsters. I am opting to run a 7 monster lineup in the main, which I know some people like to cut down on Maiden. I know some people only run 2 Ignis in some builds, so it just kind of varies depending on what you like. I personally prefer the 7 Draco lineup. I have wanted to go down to 6, but I'm not really comfortable with only playing 6 Dracos in the main, so I have kept it at 7. Just because, but if you would like to, you certainly can. The spells, so we've got 3 copies of Search Every Card in Your Deck. Then, of course, we've got 2 copies of Search the Card that searches any card in your deck. Then for the True Draco cards, we've got Draw a bunch of cards depending on how many True Draco stuff you've popped and sent to yard this turn. Then we've got 2 copies of Digusto Emerald. I know some people will argue with me that you should run 3 of this for the grind game, but after seeing many times where I would open hands of multiple disciples and it would just be a dead card, I've decided to cut it down to 2, and I have not regretted that decision. Then moving on to non-Draco spells, we have 3 copies of I Win the Game. We have 2 copies of Neg 9. We have Mill 3 and Pick 1. Some people will probably want me to cut down off Mill 3 and Pick 1, but I like it at 3 just because it technically is a slight boost to your consistency. You can get away with playing 2. Also, ooh, look at this. I got the Dooza Rare. Oh, I love these. Kind of focus in on that a little bit, and you can see it looks really nice. See that? Oh, I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, this deck is really pretty. So, yeah. So, 3 Pot of Duality, and that is it for the spells. So, on to the traps. We have 4 copies, technically, of I Get to Play on Your Turn. Obviously, the 1 Return and the 3 APOC, which is basically I get to play on your turn and pop a card on your turn as well. So, yeah, real fun and interactive. I love this deck. 3 copies of Erupt, which is basically Skill Drain. I'm not playing Skill Drain in this deck just because I think Monarch's Erupt kind of covers everything. I just played the 3 Erupt. I thought 3 Erupt plus the Skill Drain was excessive. 2 copies of I'm going to sit on a big beater and you're not going to do anything to him. Another fun and interactive card. Another really fun and interactive card that I've actually always liked in this deck ever since I started playing it a couple months ago, and Mega Capital G did a video on it not too long ago. 2 copies of Summon Limit. Now this card has gone way up in price since I picked them up. They're really, really good. If you let your opponent kind of extend out a little bit, especially if you're like playing against Salamangreat and they summon Lady Debug and then link into Phalanx, you flip this on them after they link into Phalanx and then their turn is over. This card is like so good, it's not even funny. It's like mini Vanity's Emptiness. Then we've got 2 copies of I'm Gonna Negate Your Summon, and then 1 copy of I'm Gonna Negate Everything Else You Can Do. And then finally we've got 1 Saki Imperial No Spells. Anyway guys, that is basically it for the deck profile. Obviously we're playing Erupt, so we're not playing an extra deck. I honestly think that extra deck Draco is kind of overrated, especially when you get to play floodgates like Erupt. You just kind of don't even need your extra deck because you can just flood out everything your opponent does. So I'm opting not to play with an extra deck because I think it's the smarter way to play Dracos. I love how helmet this deck is. It would be nice if Konami would do like the OCG and give us like 1 copy of Dynamite back or maybe 2 True Kings Return, but I understand that they don't have Diagram and we do, so I understand the likelihood of that is not very high. So let me know what you guys think about this profile in the comment section below. It's me, it's that DMD, and your boy is out.
Just like the street lights lit this town.